Greetings to all Southern Cameroonians on Ground Zero and across the entire world. This is King H from Manu Division. Southern Cameroonians, I want to have a discussion. If you've noticed with the revolution that is going on, there are two strong fractions. One being the AGOVC/ADF fraction and the interim government fractions. The interim government claims to be the government of Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, but the interim government cannot do enough, or is not doing enough to make sure that the people of Southern Cameroon are not massacred. The interim government doesn't have the power to protect the citizens of Southern Cameroon. Then you have AGOVC/ADF with their surrogates who think they could intimidate, bully, terrorize other citizens who are speaking against AGOVC/ADF. They claim to be an organization, yet they act as if they are a government. They claim to have a cooperation with Cisco IG. Yet you could see there is still division within themselves, or collaboration, yet there's still division within themselves. But among all these two groups who claim to be fighting for the people of Southern Cameroon, one person that has been objective and speaks for and against based on how these two organizations are behaving or acting is Eric Tataw. He's the one that has the interest of the people of Southern Cameroon, and he speaks it boldly, he speaks it clearly, he speaks it to the understanding of the people. 15,000 Southern Cameroonians have been killed. I believe in the entire Africa with COVID-19, it's not up to 15,000 people who have died. But in Southern Cameroon, 15,000 people have been killed. The ADF claims that they are defending the state of Southern Cameroon or Ambazonia, yet they're not doing enough to defend those people who are being massacred daily. But they will choose to bully, intimidate, say that the county by county failed and it's a county by county that kill people. But inside Southern Cameroon, you have counties. You have towns, you have villages, you have structures of how society is run, which means that county will still be there, or if you want to call it states, the 14 states of Southern Cameroon of Ambazonia will still be there. The ADF have their own idea or motto they go by, block by block. The block by block strategy failed too, because this block by block cannot protect the citizens of Southern Cameroon. And over 4 years going now, Southern Cameroonians have not known peace, have not known freedom, because day in, day out, they're being hunted. If they're not being hunted by the Republic of Cameroon, they're being hunted by other military groups within Southern Cameroon that is supposed to be fighting for the liberation and freedom of the people of Southern Cameroon. AGOVC/ADF must put the interests of the people first. understand that there's risks in fighting war. And sometimes they don't have to retaliate. They gotta look at the bigger picture. They don't want to look at the bigger picture. For Southern Cameroon to be liberated, every county must be represented. Every state must be represented. The people must work together to free Southern Cameroon and Ambazonia. But so long as ADF or AGOVC think that they could dictate their way through or force their way through in order to free the people of Southern Cameroon, then they don't understand what freedom is and how it works. ADF cannot liberate Southern Cameroon, nor can the so-called interim government. The interim government of Southern Cameroon and Ambazonia cannot liberate Southern Cameroon. For 4 years, not even a county, not even a village has been liberated, not to talk of 14 counties that need to be liberated or 14 states. How are the ADF fighting? They keep running left and right, block by block. That strategy hasn't worked. County by county did not work because people opposed county by county. If each county had well-equipped soldiers and they fight nail and teeth to demolish, destroy the soldiers of La République, you would have seen that county by county is the best strategy because soldiers will be represented across the 14 counties. But that is not what is found inside Southern Cameroon. Some areas have soldiers, some areas don't have enough soldiers. And it's not well balanced. Plus, they don't even have the military equipment to fight the war. The interim government has come up with another scheme to make money and eat while the people of Southern Cameroon would die. And this scheme is called Amber War Draft. They just claim that about 50,000 was raised in Manu. And they'll be going across all the other counties raising money. But with my trip to Boya, which was the highest money raised, the interim government could not show for the guns and ammunition which is needed to fight the war. If these two organizations can stop talking too much about their political agendas or concentrating more about their political agendas and think about the dying 15,000 people who have been killed and find a way to work with one another, making sure that each county has enough soldiers well equipped, fighting the forces of La République instead of fighting among themselves. ADF is a gang of thugs being led by thug. And they're not even going after the real thug, which is La République de Cameroon. They're going after their own citizens, Southern Cameroonians. More people speak of blacklegs. Blacklegs get the strength to talk and do what they do because of the soldiers of La République de Cameroon. If AGOVC or / ADF can concentrate on the main tasks, defeating the forces of La République de Cameroon, not paying so much attention on the blacklegs. You destroy La République de Cameroon, The black legs will not have the mouth to speak. Those black legs are your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, your aunts. And the reason why they're doing that is because they know they have the backing of Republic forces. But so long as Republic forces are strong and they're doing what they're doing inside Southern Cameroon, and AGOVC / interim government are fighting among themselves instead of staying focused on the enemy, they will never, Southern Cameroon will never see freedom, will never see liberty, will never see a small nation fighting among themselves in order to have the power to fight against enemy. A national army is needed for Southern Cameroon. A well-organized national army is needed. People said, oh, you can't start experiment. Everything AGOVC and the interim government have done since this revolution is experiment. Because when they started, they didn't have any understanding of what they were doing in the first place, which is why many of our people have perished. And many more will perish because of their stupidity, because of their foolishness, because of their pride, because they think they are the one that have to do it. And they have to silence everybody else who is speaking against them. The Southern Cameroonians, for Southern Cameroon to enjoy freedom, independence, a sovereign nation, to become the 55th state of Africa, we must defeat La Republic militarily. To defeat La Republic military, we need guns to provide for the soldiers on ground zero, and we need to work as a team within all the counties or within all the states, the 14 states in Southern Cameroon. You still have to fight in your counties, or you still have to fight in the state. How you fight will determine how the people of Southern Cameroon will survive and thrive. How you fight will determine how Southern Cameroonians will survive and thrive and then win this revolution. Because for 4 years, AGOVC / ADF and the interim government have not learned the lesson that they need to learn to put together what must be put together so that Southern Cameroon will be liberated. Revolution is not a one-man show. Revolution is not a one-group show. It's a collective effort. 15,000 citizens of Southern Cameroon, Anglophones, have been killed. Most have been killed by La Republic. Some have been killed by the infighting within the revolution. The interim government may claim they have raised 50,000 and 331,000 or whatever. That doesn't matter if the soldiers on the ground are still using den guns. If you cannot equip, if a government, you claim to be a government or you claim to be an institution, if you cannot equip your soldiers to fight the war where your people are dying day in, day out, your people are dying. And some of your people have been killed by you guys, by the ADF / AGOVC, by the interim government. How can you win a revolution by doing that? And you're fighting a nation that is bigger than you, a smaller nation fighting a bigger nation while fighting itself in order to to defeat the bigger nation. Does that make sense? Does that really make sense? To win this revolution, Southern Cameroonians must stop fighting among themselves. The soldiers on ground zero must stop fighting among themselves and must stop listening to leaders who are telling them to go kill other Southern Cameroonians. And remember, the reason why we decide to fight this war is we did not decide to fight this war because we want to fight among ourselves. We decided to fight this war because we wanted liberation, freedom from La République du Cameroon. And La République du Cameroon does not want to give us liberation and freedom because they want to continue to tap on our resources and use it stupidly, only for the interest of France, not even for the interest of Cameroon itself. Cameroon is bankrupt because of stupid leaders. Africa is bankrupt because of stupid African leaders, just like the stupid Southern Cameroonian leaders of the AGOVC and the interim government. This revolution is not going to go anywhere with such ridiculous leaders. It's not going to go anywhere. Ambazonia needs a national army. Everything that the interim government slash AGOVC have been doing is an experiment. So in order for this to go forward, in order for Southern Cameroon to have a national army, we also have to put this experiment forward and try to make it work. That's the key. A house divided would never win. Southern Cameroon is divided. And because of their division, they will never win this war. More bloodshed, more people will die, more people will run out of Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon will become a ghost state because of ridiculous Ayabacho and AGOVC and this so-called stupid Dr. Samuel Sako, who doesn't know his left from his right. But I'm just keeping it real because this is King H, the son of Africa. Till next time.